have their flag as
Six colors.
6 colors. They can't have 7 because they have to have his signature, right? So Hamash b'chazaytunna bayda khidiyya ila ishta colors, right? Because God said, I will reveal them to you. So they're revealed to us. Okay, its number of Satan is derived from number 6, which is man's number. So Momara, Khab Shabba, Treb Shabba, Lab Shabba, Arwab Shabba, Kham Shab Shabba, Inalitna Ishtar Shabba. Kila Vilaruta. Amodi, because the man that was created on the 6th day had to be cleansed, has to be purchased by Jesus' blood, and he had to stamp us by 7. 7 is God's signature, right? So he put God's signature on us. So now we belong to him. So we were slaves. We had a 6 on our forehead. He changed it to 7. He changed it to 7. That's our number. That's how we know who we are, right? So we are stamped. Okay, 666 symbolizes the what? Perfection of man's overall system that is separated from God and under the constant influence of Satan. What does that mean? يعني مودي يعني إشتا إلى مودي يعني مودي لوايا إلى man's as either in government or as in church we're gonna find it, or economics. مشيخلا كل we're gonna find it in all this. You're gonna find it in church. So we gotta be careful when we find 666. We can understand that when we see that man is controlling. We said 2 things God didn't give Noah. He gave him everything to build the ark, but 2 things he didn't give Noah. He didn't give him a steering wheel, and he didn't give him brakes. Why? Because only God can drive the church. Only God can drive and stop the church. God knows when is the time to drive, when is the time to turn, when is the time. Because if Noah would have drove the ark, it would have been crushed, right? It would have been crashed, it would have been gone. But God didn't give him the 2 options. So God did not give a man the option to steer the church or to stop the church. Has to grow. God tells you when the time is, so and where to go. The wind goes where it pleases. You hear it, it's coming and going, but you don't know where it's coming from. So how ayate makhele tmekele bitaye kele bakasha. هذا خيله برناشا تخيل بتروح تقولش هذا خيله إيتا. So that's how the church is supposed to be, right? Very well. So the first 6 represents the false what? Perfected religion of man under Satan's lead. See? What is the first one? Man made his own. What did St. Paul say? He said, there is days when a man is going to go and listen to the preaching as his heart desires. Yes, preach to me all day. This makes me feel good. No, we don't preach that way. We tell you there is hell. We tell you there is heaven. We tell you if you walk out, there is no another repentance. There's one repentance. Modi mara, khahel manuta, irda amodita, uda, mari, khamariye, kham khel manuta, kham amodita, lidan trema amodiyate. There is no 2 baptisms. There's one baptism. Every baptism represents the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Who is the second one? So if you're baptized once, why are you baptizing again? There's only one baptism. Every person has the right to be baptized once. Why? Because it represents the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Who's the second one? Is another Jesus that died and resurrected for our sins? So that's why he said one baptism and one God. So there isn't a second God that you're going to be representing, right? And one faith. Very well. So then we're going to be careful with the 6 because it's going to represent that the false perfection religion. See? Got to be careful. The second one is the government of this world. And what did Jesus say? He said, I'm leaving, but the prince of this world is coming. But he has no power over me. But you guys got to be careful, okay? Just be careful of him because he has the power over the world, not over us. We're different from the world. What did Jesus say? In this world you're going to be having troubles, but don't worry because I defeated the world.
Do not fear, I am with you.
Exactly. So he didn't say it's going to be like a walk in the park.
No,
He said it's going to be
if they
hardship.
persecuted me, they will persecute you also.
Exactly. They didn't accept me, they won't accept you, right? So you have to accept that. And you have to expect that.
Expect the hard times also.
Exactly. So that is why those hardships are for you in the world. But the world will have good time because they are with him and he's with them. But we are against them and we're fighting against them, right? And that is why we know we're victorious, we won, and we're not part of this world anymore. So they don't accept us, that's a good sign. Means we're in the right ship, right? They don't like us, that's even better. It means we look good, right? That's good. So on the third man, the one is the man's self-centered economic system. Man can do everything. Unfortunately, that's happening everywhere. I will do it, I will do it, I don't need God, I can do it, I can do it. Man is doing his own. And what did God say to Isaac? He said, Isaac, don't go to Egypt, stay here in Palestine, and everything will be prospering for you. Don't worry about it. He said, but the people are going to Egypt because that's the big Babylon right now. He said, no, don't go. So what happened to him? Everything he planted, gave him 100%. Why? Because he listened to God. The economy was the worst at that time in that area. So it's not when the shares go down, the stocks go down. It's if you're listening to God. Are you in the right place? Are you still there? Oh no, I have to go to Arizona because it's better living. Really? So you don't trust in the Lord? Even if you're in the ocean, His hand is there. Are you going really for that? No, I have to go and work in Iraq. I have to go. No, you don't. You don't. If you trust in the Lord, you can do it. Anywhere you are, you will make it. You will live. Trusting in the Lord, that's faith. And that's what's missing from man. He is self-centered economic system. He wants to do everything from here. There's nothing in here anymore. That's how Satan works. He comes through here, he changes this, and everything collapses. What do you want, Kamaya? Crown. What did Jesus get? The crown of thorns. Thorns were going in his what? He was washing our thoughts from evil thinking. He washed our thoughts. One of the 5 wounds on the cross. Grace. We talked about 5? Grace? There you go. We lose that. Okay, again, it represents the world and all that it does to gratify human nature, only to bring man up. It means to boast man. It means to worship man, to make man look better than God. Okay? To make man look better than God. The Apostle John warned us about the love of this world. Muthanna, read that for me. 1 John 2, 15 through 17. 6 times in his book. 6 times. 6 times he warned us. From what? From the love of this world. Go ahead. 1 John 2, 15 through 17.
Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever.
قراءة بسورة.
مرة لا مخبيتن العلمة ولا مندي قاو علمة إن خامخ بالعلمة خبت بابا للبيت سبب كل مندي اتب علمة شهوتت فغرة وشهوتت عينه وشهارة سبيقة خيه ليلة من بابا إلا من علمة إيله علمة وشهوته بعوارة إينا هاود عاود صويانة آلها كيف هايش العالم.
Amen. Rabaspai. So we see exactly he's telling us, he's warning us about the love of this world, that it will end. But the love of God is for everlasting life. And that's the difference. Very good. What else? King Solomon received a total of 666 talents of gold. 666 talents of gold. What did we say about King Solomon? He built God's house in 7 years, but he built his own house in
13 years.
13 years. And what we find about 13? It was a number of chaos, right? Very good. So Modi Muchklango 13 Meran, if we go to these hotels, the old ones that built, there is no floor number 13. Why? Because it's a world chaos, world judgment. It's 13, number 13. 12 is God's authority. 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night, 12 months a year. Jesus was 12 years old first when he spoke in the temple. 12 apostles, 12 doors of gates of Jerusalem, 12 fathers from Shem to Jacob, 12 years old was the girl when Jesus brought her to life, 12 at the same time that woman was 12 years losing blood. All that happened when God's authority was present. Everything changed, right? So that's 12. But 13 we're going to find it's the chaos that's on earth. Because it's for the left behind. Left behind. Okay. So, King Solomon, can somebody read for me? 1 King 10, 14 through 15. Khalila.
Each year Solomon received about 25 tons of gold. This did not include the additional revenue he received from merchants and traders, all the kings of Arabia, and the governors of the land. King Solomon made 200 large shields of hammered gold, each weighing more than 15 pounds. He also made 300 smaller shields of hammered gold, each weighing nearly 4 pounds. The king placed these shields in the place of the forest of Lebanon. Then the king made a huge throne decorated with ivory and overlaid with fine gold.
Does it mention 666?
Did I read the wrong one?
I think you did.
I
So,
did? Sorry. Sorry about
Khalila, Khalila.
that. So 10, chapter 10.
14, 1 Kings. 10?
1 King 10, 14. What is last? Sorry.
Here, I'll read it.
All right, go ahead.
The weight of the gold that Solomon received early was 666 talents, not including the revenues from merchants and traders and from all the Arabian kings and the governors of the land.
Why did I put that up there? Anybody will tell me. Why do we need to mention this? Anybody? Think about King Solomon. King Solomon said to God, all what I want is wisdom. But what happened to a person once becomes a king? See? That's what happened. He changed on God. He turned on God. King Solomon turned on God. That's why God came to him and he wasn't happy with him. And he said, the only reason I am leaving you because I promised your dad, not you. Because I promised your father. Not leaving you because you're handsome, because you're good looking, because because you walked away from me. What? What do you mean what? You said I want wisdom, I gave you wisdom. And then you know what I gave you? I gave you all the money in the world. Why are you taking this? What is with this? What is all this for? Because he built his castle in 13 years. and but he built God's house in 70.
وبس هدي مجاورة
قبل هذا أول gold كله كم عبد له all this gold he made statues for his wives from whatever gods they came with, and he worshipped those gods to please his wives. That's what happened.
700 concubines.
Exactly. That's why it's enough, guys. Just marry one woman for God's sake. How are you gonna do with that? You know, if each one wants one thing, how are you gonna provide? Especially if she wants to take you to a different God. What are you gonna do? You wanna please God or you wanna please man? So موديا ولا مخدوية وقبرناشا من جلد مخدي وقالها. So وداوة ليه وقت بي وقرق عليها. It's fine يشاكل ولا أقول قرق عليها. No. زين. إيوه خمندي إن عليها ليه باش قيرة بالدعوة وسيمة وأنم يعني لا. It's always in the heart. It's humbleness. That's what makes God happy, right? And in Revelation 13:18, what does it say? Anybody has it?
Yeah.
Read it.
Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it's in the number of man. And his number is 666.
Very good. So 666 is the number of the beast. Of the beast. So that's how we can tell, because if we're going to take the sixth seal, we're going to find them in there. We're going to take the sixth trumpet, we're going to find them in there. And we're going to take the sixth bowl, we're going to find him in there. Right? The last. Oh, we're going to go back to 15. What do we have? 15, 16, and 17, right? These are the three. Right? That's all what we have, guys, because we're going to leave them for next week, because I know you're late. No? Yeah. But the only reason we're going to, because we skipped, we're to 14. قرطتين 14 خشلان الأربي وخمشي وشوي وقرطتين ال 666. So صالح خصلوطة شمت بابا وبرونا وخدشة بابا بشمية باش مخدشة شمو خاتيا ملكوت وخاور الزاي وداخل بشمية وبرع هلا نخنا السنقانا قديم يوم وشغلنا اختياطا داخل تبقنا شغلنا داني تخطيلون الله لا شغل أورخ الجورابا لا باصلا بيشا سبب دي وخيلا ملكوتا وخيلا وتشبخت العالم على مين امين هيمانوتا بشميتا وشميتا الهمزمة على بارك لوخنا